All right, we live. You back with another episode of Fuel of Crush podcast. I got a special guest today, Vernon Brown. I'm gonna bring him on after the intro, but giving people a few minutes and an opportunity to jump on, like it, share it, tell other people, and get ready for a good show. All right, we back for sure. I got my brother Vernon Brown, special guest today.
What's
What's
up?
going on with you? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's a Sunday. Did a lot of work yesterday. Did a lot of pictures yesterday. Kind of tired.
Hey, but the show must go on. Work got to get done, right?
We gotta go on.
Got to go on. Got to get done. So, I like to start it off with a little icebreakers. So because I know you're a football guy, we're gonna start with something real easy for you. Barry Sanders or Walter Payton?
Sheesh. Really?
Yep.
Sheesh. I'm gonna say Barry Sanders because I didn't really grow up in the Walter Payton area. I mean, I did, but I didn't watch too much of the Bears. So I go with Barry Sanders.
All right. Let's spice it up just a little bit more. Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers? I'm killing you early, and we ain't even got going yet.
You got me. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers.
Fair enough. I don't know if there's a wrong answer with either of these questions so far. Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
Jay, most people will go with Tom Brady because of the rings, but I will go with Tom Brady.
Most people go with Tom Brady because of the rings. I'm gonna go with Tom Brady.
I'm gonna go with Tom Brady.
I was a Peyton fan, a huge Peyton
Manning
guy.
Three more questions. Give me three more good ones.
Three more.
You said LeBron or Kobe? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you want to go basketball too now?
I can go basketball. We can go hockey if you want to.
Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux?
I want to say Super Mario.
Mario. Super Mario. Tracy McGrady or Vince Carter?
They're cousins.
I don't care. Pick one.
I say Vince. More athletic. Lasted longer.
He definitely lasted longer.
Wasn't a selfish player. Hops out this world. He wasn't selfish.
He wasn't, but I don't believe Tracy McGrady was selfish either. But he would go get you a bucket.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last one. Let's make it a good one. Reese Gaines or Roy Boone?
Since I'm partnering with Roy Boone, I'm gonna go with Roy Boone.
He took the easy way out.
I had to. I'm sticking with what I just said.
All right. So
that's a partnership I can't break right now. So,
nothing wrong with that.
No, but that's a hard one also. They were both, the same to me. It's just I went to West, so I would support Reese since we went to West, but I will go with Roy.
I don't know if there's a wrong answer, especially if you got to see them battle in high school.
I definitely did. I think it was 4 times. Yeah. So it was some great battles between those two.
Oh, most definitely. All right, so let's dive into you. Share where you from, where you grew up.
I grew up in
Backstory.
Madison, Wisconsin, South Side, North Side, East Side, West Side. Went to West High School, graduated in '96. Played professional indoor football with the Madison Mad Dogs at the Coliseum. I did have trials with the Bears and Titans when I was younger. Found out that game of pro football was really, really fast. Really, really fast. You just don't expect
Now,
it.
I've known you a long time. Talk about
Yeah.
that because I didn't know that was something I didn't know. I did know you did the semi-pro, but I did not know that you tried out.
Yeah, I had to when the Bears were in the out there in I can't even get it out. Down there.
Don't crack under pressure. We live.
I know. And then I did go down to Tennessee, had like a little it was like a quick little trial, like a little miniature combine thing. You know, I was 19 years old, just trying something new. But I found out that game of football is way faster than high school and indoor football and whatever not. That stuff is way faster. I also played for the Southside. I was part of the Southside Raiders team. I ended up switching over to the near West Side Wolverines with Coach Curtis Thompson and Coach Higgs, which got me into playing high school ball. You know, when I was I'm a backtrack. When I was Pee Wee football, I didn't have no clue about football at all. So I actually learned when I went over to the near West Side Wolverines. Got to high school, played freshman ball. 10th grade, got put on varsity for my last 3 years, so it went on from there. I tried to play basketball, just too much running up and down the court. Tried soccer, too much running. Hockey, I can't do it, so I just stuck with football. I did baseball until I got, with the South Madison Little League, but that didn't last too long, so football was my sport.
All right. Well,
was and is still my sport.
Piggybacking off of that, what was your dream career as a kid?
To make it big. Everybody wants to make it pro, but I had to go a different route, playing semi-pro for 17 years. I did 17 years semi-pro. I did 11 years professional indoor.
So
a lot of wear and tear on my body.
Did that give you the satisfaction and kind of like fulfillment that for yourself, even though you didn't get to the highest level that you wanted to go?
As long as I was playing football, man, I was straight. I was fine. It was that time with the guys. It was 3 to 4 hours. Leave me alone. No phones, no nothing. Just out there, just having fun, doing something I love to do. Everybody has that one passion they want to do. You might have some writers that just want to write all day. Have a passion of writing. You got basketball players that just love being on the court. So my thing was just being on that football field.
I mean, everybody has their escape and how it works for them and looks for them as well. And sounds like football was yours, whether it was getting those multi-million-dollar contracts or just like, hey, here go a free T-shirt.
Yeah, jersey, whatever. Yeah.
And I remember the Madison Mad Dog days being at the Coliseum, because they go far enough back when I was like one of the ball boys.
So the thing with the Madison Mad Dogs, I tried out with them. I played 3 years with them, and it was actually that game of football is also fast. Also, but remember, you do have the walls. There's no out of bounds. It's hard hitting, and the game is just fast. Lasted 3 years. The team did not last no more than 5 years. They ended up folding, and they had the team in Green Bay, which is still now the Green Bay Blizzards. I didn't want to travel way up there, so I ended up finding a semi-pro team here, which was the Madison Seminoles. Played 2 years with those guys. After the Madison Seminoles, they became the Madison Trojans or something like that, and I ended up going on to the Kilgore City Hawks. Then they brought the Mustangs. Tried out for them, didn't make the Mustangs. Hey, it is what it is. I played for the Warriors, Mad Dogs, and now I have my own team. So,
and we'll get into that a little bit later. So, I kind of wanted to dive into just kind of like your upbringing. So you want to share your upbringing, but start with like some influential people that you had in your life.
Influential people. Well, I don't know if too many people remember this guy at Randall, not Randall Elementary, but Van Nuys Elementary School, is Mr. Harris, Lloyd Harris. He kept a lot of us guys in the narrow, kept us, on the straight path without getting in trouble too much. We also had Mr. Holmes. I don't know if you remember Ed Holmes. I also was with the Winstons, Johnny Winston, Big John, and all those guys. So, other than that, or my brother, I didn't have too many people around too much, growing up in foster home. So it was just a lot of moving around.
I don't know how many people really know that. Are you free to share about that part of your life and upbringing?
Long story short, it wasn't my doing.
I mean, if you want to share, don't do long story short, because guess what? It's somebody that's listening that went through the same situation and needs somebody to kind of let them know that, hey, people love you, care for you, and want to see you be successful, and you still can be successful.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I grew up in a foster home, probably all the way up till I was 18. Back and forth to different families, either juvenile reception center, because they didn't have nowhere for us. It was kind of hard for me more because me being older, it was harder for an older kid to be in the foster care system, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They want to start with younger kids,
have more influence on them, or
yeah.
to mold them.
Moving around so much, not on my doing, me and my sister and stuff like that, not on my doing, getting bounced around from foster home to foster home. I was in Mount Horeb at one point in time. I was with Latino people, whites. Man, it was. I wouldn't say it was hard, but it was hard. Not knowing where you're going to be.
And it's different. Different cultures. You just shared that you was in different cultures of houses.
Different cultures, man. I had to get placed in the juvenile reception center. Again, this is not all because I was bad. It's just,
they ain't had nowhere for you to go.
They had nowhere for me to go. So I think I had it harder out of my brothers and sisters. My brother tried to keep us out of trouble and raise us, but he did what he could. But then my sister got adopted. But then me, I was just the one that was just bouncing around. So, and I use that a lot to make, I hide a lot of that with, what I do with the football and photography and stuff like that. That stuff you will never forget that kind of stuff, no matter how old you are.
I was going to ask, how does that kind of upbringing and the things that you dealt with then kind of shape you into the person you are now, good or bad?
It shaped me into a strong person, man. Because like I said, I would always have to figure out where am I going to be the next day. I went to so many schools, it was ridiculous. That's another thing, man. Being a foster home, I went to Leopold. I went to Lincoln. I went to Randall. I went to West. But elementary schools, I think I went to at least 5 or 6 elementary schools within 7, 8 years. Elementary and middle school. So,
was it hard to make friends and then maintain them?
No, I was mostly in Madison, so I knew. It was just the hard part was going to family functions. When they have family night. Oh, Brown, where's your parents? We got the white folks right here. Just things like that. But when I did graduate, though, may my mom rest in peace. By her being in prison, she was able to make it to my graduation, which surprised the heck out of me. So it's not like I didn't know my mom or whatever not, but choices, it is what it is, So
right, circumstances didn't allow for it, right?
Right. But it did shape me and my brother and my sister to the people we are
now. Now, growing up, how did you view education? Was there a level of importance for you? Was it anything that you cared about? I know you had a lot of stuff going on with the upbringing, so I don't know how much focus that you could really put on it, or if you did or didn't.
I actually graduated, but it was important because I wanted to make something out of myself. But at the same time, that was didn't like going to school, but I wanted to go to school because I didn't want to be where I was at. That was my hideout, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was like I looked forward to going to school every day. Most people wouldn't say that.
So you found something in going somewhere that you didn't want to go to, that you didn't necessarily like.
No. How should I say? Okay. So being in these foster homes, I didn't like being there. So I
So
always
you
looked
wanted to
forward
go
to going
to
to
school.
school. So find some reason to be there longer. Football practice, and can I find then go home.
So going to school became a peaceful, like a safe haven.
Yeah.
And
some of these kids these days use that.
Well, see, a lot of kids these days will use that as a crutch to not, where they got so many things going on in their lives that.
And a lot of people don't know that though. I've been working in schools for kids for the longest, and people, some of the admin don't understand that. At the end of the day, when we're done working with these kids, we are in the community with these kids. You worked with me at Senate,
Right.
So we knew what was going on.
We knew where they were going once they left the building.
Right.
And where they weren't going.
Right.
And what they were eating and if they were eating.
Right.
So yeah, so now it takes it a little deeper for me, knowing some of the passion that you have when you're working with kids, because a lot of those ones that are kind of mistreated in the system sometimes, it means something to you because they were you.
Yeah. People don't know that these foster parents, foster homes, whatever, group homes make a difference, man, to these kids, because some kids don't have nobody at all. So, and I've met some amazing foster parents, and I met some people that are just not for these kids. They're in it for a different reason.
Right.
So I was with Johnny Winston's grandmother, Supergram, for I think it was 3 or 4 years. And before she passed away, she still treated me like her own son. A lot of people don't know that.
Shout out to Supergram. I remember Supergram from when I was at Randall.
Yeah, and even to this day, Johnny Winston, cuz, Mona Winston, hey, nephew, she calls me nephew, brother, but Jeremy, they call me their cousins and stuff like that. So they're family without no family, if that makes sense.
Man, you can make your own family.
Right.
So like based on like that view of high school and how it was like a safe haven and a place for you to get away from the home situation, how do you kind of like view education now? Do you view it differently? Do you preach a different message than the one that you might have taken in when you were in high school?
Education now, they're not teaching what these kids should be knowing. Teach them finance, how to budget money, get them get them some different programs inside the school. Like I visited one of the schools, they only have like woodworking and auto class. Most African American kids don't want to do woodworking or auto class. Let's get something in there like where they can do, let's get them what do you call that? So they can do hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to East for having a cosmetology program where they're teaching them kids how to cut hair. Yeah.
Where they can do that. So when they get out of school, they can already have that apprenticeship and certificate where they can go right into somewhere to work. I don't care if it's
right into a career.
Yeah, nail techs. There's what do you call it? Cosmetology kids that can do hair. I know a kid that we know that couldn't play basketball because she was cutting hair in the classroom. Okay, let's start a class that teaches that.
So no, that's real.
There's a lot of things that there's kids out here that just learn different. They might not want to be an accountant and this and that. Let's get some programs where it focuses what I want to be. If I want to be a veterinarian, okay, these are the classes you need to take to be a veterinarian. I don't see what algebra has to do with it. This, and this have to do with graduation to be a nail tech or whatever. Not, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. there are some opportunities for kids to take advantage of some of those classes that can be brought in or they can do in another form. But my biggest thing is like they just got to be exposed to them. They got to know that they're out there. They've got to do the necessary steps to take advantage of those things as well.
These kids will be able. They will go to class if they had something to look forward to doing. I know I'm going to go to nail class, nail tech class today to learn to do nails. I can go to learn, cut hair. These kids, they will do it. You just got to give it to them to do
it. So, you didn't go to college after high school, correct?
I went to MATC.
So you did go. How was the experience there when you went? Or was it one of those things that you kind of got there and was like, yeah, this may not be for me? Or
well, MATC to me at the time when I went was more like a school within the school, just a fun place. I didn't take it serious.
And so like I'm asking that because some people think college is the be all, the end all. I'm a fan of going to college, especially if it aligns with your career goals. Like if you have the desire to be a business owner, you don't necessarily have to go. Can it help? Yes.
It can help, yes, but
if you wanted to be a teacher, you have to go. If you wanted to be a lawyer, you have to go. So like depending on your career goals, for me, it's one of those things that you may get a stronger push one way or the other. But with me, you didn't. I mean, for you, not necessarily going and getting a college education, but you got your own business. So I want you to go ahead and promote, share, and talk about your business. But I also want you to talk about some of the struggles that you've had in business and creating business, and even the failed opportunities or attempts that you may have had along the way.
So as you know, I do pictures. First of all, I love doing pictures. I mean, it become a business until about maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4, because I enjoyed doing it. So I said, hey, I can make a little bit of change doing this. You know what I'm saying? My struggle is being an African American male photographer. I struggle a lot to get the businesses in the how should I say it? The big market, maybe. How should I say it? Everybody, they know me as, running the photographer at the parties and stuff like that. But I'm going to give you an example. Somebody needed a photographer. They seen my work. Okay, I like his work. Okay. Then they saw me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will let you know,
They didn't know the man behind the image or the brand.
Skin color. I don't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? I even had problems when I did shoots out at Epic. I'm a photographer, got my camera, security messed with me. Go, hey, you're not supposed to be. You got credentials. So I never knew you had to have credentials to shoot out here. But there's the other person right there doing the same thing I'm doing, but we're not worried about that. So as being a black male photographer, it's a struggle sometimes.
So when did you actually fall in love with photography or taking pictures?
After I was done doing football. I had to find another hobby, and photography just came along. It's another way of leaving me alone sometimes if I'm not going to shoot for somebody, if I'm just out shooting nature or whatever. Now it's my other way of just leaving me alone.
Peace of mind.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like shooting outside because, and I said this before, and somebody laughed at me, but they didn't understand why I said it. I said the world is my canvas.
Talk to him, Art.
Huh?
Talk to him, Art.
The world is my canvas. The reason I say that because I like doing outside shoots. That means I'll sit there and just think, let's try this tree, or let's sit on this rock. And there's so much you can use on the outside doing photography than inside. And I sat down and talked to a photographer before and said, hey, I agree with you. There's so much you can shoot outside, whether you're shooting people, animals, landscapes, whatever. And I'm still learning the business.
Right. And business is something that I don't know if you ever stop learning. It's always going to be something new, something that you can add to your repertoire. Like, I know when you started off with just taking pictures, I know you've also added like videography and things of that nature now too, right?
Yeah, I'm learning that more. Yes.
So yeah, talk more about it, because guess what? There's probably somebody that's watching, or it's going to be shared with somebody that might be 14 that has no clue what they like, and then they listen to this and be like, oh, I do like actually being out in nature. I do have an artistic mindset.
Man, like I said, I just love my camera. My camera. If I was gonna have if my house was burning down right now, damn everything else, I'm getting my cameras.
They're probably expensive too, though.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about the expenses like that it takes, because I know people probably look at the cost of a photo shoot and be like, man, you tripping. That's too much. But don't know what all goes into it.
They don't know what goes into photography. Like, you're shooting and you got to edit, make sure they get them back. You know what I'm saying? You want to make them look right. Like I said, I way undercharge. A lot of people say you could be charging more. It's not about the money with me, though. It really isn't. That's going to come. I just like doing it, you know, but I don't want to be that person. Because if you start thinking about the money, you're going to lose passion of it. I don't want to do that, you know. So like I said, a lot of people come to me because I got fair prices and I enjoy it. I'll give you more than your price. So, yeah.
Well, and talk about more about your love and passion for things, because you've also now the owner of your own semi-pro team after playing semi-pro for 17 years.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, let's piggyback right off the photography thing.
Okay.
So I also, like, you know, go around to all the high schools right now and doing I'm doing football pictures too at the football games and basketball games. They say, why do you do it? I said, you know, these kids want to have action shots. You know, so I like doing the action shots, and I'm learning that too. So it's just giving back also.
So you're giving back. You're also staying connected to the games, the sports that you loved and did played as a kid. You're also giving opportunities for these other kids to be seen that may not get that type of notoriety.
Right.
And I vibe with you on that, for the simple fact that's why I do those write-ups when I go to the games and be able to just
collaborated before. You know, say, Vern, I used your picture for the thing. Go ahead. You know, we're collaborating. You know. So
definitely. I mean, like you said, we do a lot of stuff that we do for the kids to give them kind of what we may not have had but wish we did. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, we're growing. And so we're like, yo, we see you. We want to put this out there for you.
And it feels good when the kids say, man, you can come do our game. Hey, can you inbox me my pictures, man? You know, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to see these smiles in these kids, you know, coming up to me, just say, you going to do our game? You got my pictures? And, you know, so giving back is what you got to do. So
pay it forward. Do the things that you wish somebody would have did for you, whether they did or didn't.
If me or anybody else, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So yes, now let's jump into the football piece, the latest addition to the Vernon Brown empire.
So I had an idea a while back, maybe about 2 years ago, to start my own semi-pro football team. I was gonna do it. I brought it to my buddy Gage, and when I brought it to him, I came too fast. I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I waited. So I went down south for a little while, and I saw how they ran their organization. So I came back and brought the idea right back to him. He looked at me in my face. You want to do this? Are you ready? I said, yes, we're ready. So we got the name. So I once played for the Winona Warriors. So we kind of brought that team back, but with a different name. So we got the Midwest Warriors. You know, so it's a amateur football team. I don't like calling it semi-pro. I call it amateur football. Adults 18 and up. So what we're looking for is like adult males or females. You know, I'm not going to discriminate. To come out and try to play for our team. You know, I'm focused on right now too. Also, is getting some of our high school kids that were boneheads and didn't go nowhere, but still got the opportunity to play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Play for us. You know, we get you some game film and try to get you back out in school.
So you're telling me that so if you found a young man or young woman that play football that hasn't gone off to school playing in this age,
potential to do so.
So, but playing in this amateur league or amateur status doesn't cost them their eligibility at the college level?
No, because you're not getting paid.
Y'all listening? Y'all
So
listening?
there is opportunity. I've seen people get opportunities, if not just going to college, they play up in professional indoor, like an arena football league. I know Gilbert Brown up there in Green Bay. You don't know who we can connect with. So not only do I want to bring another team here to Madison, it's also giving back to some of these kids that I know you got the potential to be something and take it back to school. Because we have a couple kids here that should have been somewhere. So why not give them an opportunity?
Listen, I hate it for us, but like I've said it on this podcast before, Madison has a lot of Penn Park legends, is what I would like to call them, that super talented, and for whatever reason or mistakes being made along the lines or along the way, don't end up getting that opportunity at the next level or at a higher level, just because of things that have happened in their past or in their youth. And if this is an opportunity that can get them that extra opportunity, I'm all for it.
See, when we were growing up, we didn't have that person that we can go talk to get us to the next level, at school, whatever it was. You know what I mean? And some of these coaches I've noticed these years are just coaching their kids. So they'll start a program, follow their kid, and just forget about what they started with other kids. You know what I mean? And I've seen that a lot. And I'm gonna break it down. Spartans program. Where's that at? Most of these kids look to play for the Spartans back in the day to now, and we don't. I don't think we have the program anymore, do they?
I know they have a couple of teams. It's not as many teams as they used to. I don't know, for whatever reason. But like, man, just back in the day, it was different. Like with the Raiders and then the Spartans, like they had study tables for us to keep us together and keep us on track, and just different things to keep us out of trouble. That don't mean that there wasn't still ones that fell victim to it, but I super miss and appreciate those things that were done for us to try and keep us out of trouble as much as possible. So I know you got some uniforms. Let me see what you got.
So I haven't really broken out the uniform that I designed. We got 3 uniforms.
So wait. So you saying that you got something that you haven't shown yet?
Not really.
Oh, so we getting an exclusive.
Getting
an exclusive drop.
Exclusive. So I it's still in the process. I'm still designing some stuff, maybe change a little bit of things, but I designed these jerseys. They're simple, but man, our coaches.
They're yours. That it don't matter. You designed something that is about to be worn on another level. Go for it. Let me see what you got.
So I'm gonna break out the black one first. So as you know, we're known as the Midwest Warriors. Here's our logo right here.
Okay.
Our logo, Midwest Warriors. So it's one uniform. Got the got the American.
Got the big number. Okay.
Number 5, and then I had to go with my number 21. This is gonna be a special one. It's one of our other jerseys. Like I said, got our.
You letting me get that one signed to auction off?
Hey, you never know. So like I said, different pattern. 2-1 on the shoulders. Like I said, nobody's seen these yet.
We're getting the 21 images, Midwest Warriors exclusive.
So we got the white ones. Same thing, the logo right here. Where's that right there? We also put our
okay.
Logo on the shoulder.
On the sleeve, here. Okay.
On the sleeve. Right there. So you guys actually seen the 3 uniforms. Our pants we have all white pants with the Warriors down the side. We have all white or all orange ones too, and all black ones. And we can alternate colors and stuff like
Mix and match too. Okay.
Yeah. So these were thought real hard. It's a vision that came true, and I'm proud of not just me, but the team that I put together with this. I got Coach Waters, who knows most of the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh, share with us your team and the coaching staff.
So our coaching staff, my guy Gage is my co-owner. I have Coach Waters. A lot of kids know him or staff. You might know him.
Shout out to Phil Waters. That was my 5th grade teacher, and the reason I wanted to get into education.
My 4th grade teacher. He's our head coach and defensive coordinator. I have Demetrius Wade, who's a coach. He's a coach out there in Sun Prairie West. I have Kiana Foster. She's my director of player personnel. So what she does is, if you're part of our team, if you're out there smoking weed and stuff like, you will be off the team. You're representing a Midwest Warriors. So we're running this like a organization. You know, I got Drew Ellis, who used to play with me. He's my general manager. So he's been handling a lot of things out here in the community, getting us some sponsor stuff. And this is a new one, and I like it. Coach JaVale Hayes, who coaches at La Follette. He's also the track coach there. He's my team liaison, which means like if I have a problem or any got to talk to somebody, he's like that legal person for me and talk to me. Okay. So a lot of teams that I know don't have a full coaching staff. We're organized, and man, we're ready to get down. I've already had 2 teams reach out to us to play. I do have a team coming up here from Georgia.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, the Georgia Brigade are going to come here from Atlanta, Georgia, to come and play us. I'm not going to say where our field is because it's going to be a surprise. I don't want to reveal too much. We partnered with the Madison Mavericks with Roy.
Oh, okay.
We're partnership with them. We're also partnership with Dan Hawk out there in Sun Prairie. So we're going to
shout out to Dan.
We're going to be doing stuff with their youth football and basketball. Okay. So what I'm focusing on for this team is more the community.
Community collaboration, it sounds like.
Yes, community. That's what we're preaching. You know, you're going to represent us the right way, just like an NFL team. We're running the right way. I do have I might have to partner with you. You never know. But I do have a thing that I want to do for the Southside Raiders. Or I want to, within maybe 1 or 2 years, have a junior Warriors. So it's like an 8th grade. It'll be an 8th grade travel team.
So like an all-star team that can go around.
Yeah. So what they'll do, the guys will play with their, respectful teams. Hey, you think we can get him, such and such? Get him about 4 or 5 games so we can go down to maybe Florida and play for the Pop Warner Championship.
Man, you on to something. Definitely on to something.
It's not about me and people like, Vern, congratulations on your team. I said, no, it's not my team. It's our team with the team we built around each other, but man, it's a work in progress. I love it. I'm ready. It's going to be hard sitting back watching them play football.
You don't want to get out there and run no more.
I can't do it. I can barely walk up the stairs right now. But man, it just feels good that because when I announced that I was having a team, a lot of parents were like, "How old your kid got to be? How old your kid got to be?" So I'm like, okay, let me just do this adult team. Then 1 or 2 years later, let's do this the junior warrior team.
So you already talked about creating a schedule or whatever the case is. Have you looked at like the ticket prices or whatever, or is it like for the community come, or you keep the prices low for more people to come? What you talking about? What you doing?
Ticket prices are not going to be too much, man. We want to make it family oriented, affordable for you can come and watch and enjoy some football. So right now I'm working with my other owner to get like further teams. Like I said, we got Georgia coming to play us for a game. We're in this league, but man, there's teams that reached out to us, that people that know me when I was playing ball. You want to go independent. I mean, there's the team just reached out to us from Tennessee to come play us, or we come down there. So it's already being out there. This is the first time I spoke upon it, though.
Well, with that being said, please speak to the importance of networking and branding, because if these teams are reaching out to you from Georgia and Tennessee, talk to me about the importance of it, of just networking.
Networking is good. I mean, you got to network. If you're just doing it all by yourself, you're not gonna succeed. There's so many people that want to just work with. I shouldn't say me, but the team. I got people like Vern. Is there anything I can do? What do you need? You know what I'm saying? How can we help you? Well, we can help each other. You know what I'm saying? Putting stuff on the radio, even this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm shouting out everybody that, DLK Printing. With Keon, with my 21 Images stuff, and he made our shirts, our Midwest Warrior shirts. So networking, he helps us. I help them. Fuel or Crutch. You know what I'm saying? You help us. You let me be out here networking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wanted to make sure that you got a chance to put it out there so people know what's coming.
And it's like I tell, it's not what you know, it's who you know and how you do it.
Well, so before wrapping this thing up, I want to know, based on life's experiences and what you know now, what's something you would tell your younger self, or just youth in general, to help them, moving forward and being successful and doing different things, trying different things.
Follow your dream. If you got your mindset to do something, do it. Don't put it to the side. I did that with my team, but in a way it worked in a better way to prepare myself to make this team available. And don't give up on yourself. There's plenty of times I wanted to give up photography because I wasn't getting that support. But then I'm like, I can't let nobody not support me to give up what I want to do.
No, that's real. I mean, I don't know if people really understand or know that, most businesses don't really make no money in the first 3 years of business. And so most people give up and quit and move on to something else and just give up completely. But, it's something about creating a game plan, creating a blueprint and following and sticking to it, especially if it's something that you're passionate about.
But you got to have that support system too. So if you don't have that support system, somebody believing in you, it ain't going to happen.
I don't necessarily agree, because you got to believe in yourself. That's going to be first and foremost. And, you start showing results. That's when people start to support you. Yeah. Because we all know that a lot of times we're looking for the support from our friends, and, they don't necessarily be the first ones to support. They will once they see it take off. But, it kind of is what it is. But I wasn't going to give up on myself. I knew you didn't give up on yourself. So, that's just something that, we have to make sure that we keep in mind about our own self, understanding what it is that we're trying to accomplish and keep working toward it, fine tuning it, watching other people, listening to podcasts, listening to people speak, talk, just that are in the same industry or the same mindset. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, you're right.
So also, before we spice things up, because I'm going to end it with a spicy one for you, just because it's you. What's next for you? Like, I know you got the football. I know you got the photography, videography. What's some other stuff you got going? Or you got playing or brewing, if you're going to share?
I got to take one day at a time. One day at a time. I can't say I should. I might say tomorrow I might run for president. I don't know.
Listen, if you put it out there, you're manifesting and it come true.
Yeah. I'm really just, like I said, just like my football thing, I'm really just ready for that. The community, like I said, the community is already wanting to support. Let me know when the game is. Let us know when the game is. We'll come. So now I just gotta we're gonna make it happen.
All right. Well, are you ready to ruffle some feathers?
Sports wise?
Yeah, buddy. I listen. I'm gonna keep it simple, but it's definitely gonna ruffle some feathers. You've been in Madison for a long time. You've been around for a long time. You are one of the Madison elder statesmen with your old self. But give me who your top 5 Southside Raiders are.
Top 5 Southside Raiders.
You finna ruffle some feathers, and I know this gonna be tough.
Stink.
Who?
May you rest in peace.
Stink. Yep.
May you rest in peace. I'm gonna say this one person because I never knew who he was, and I always thought he was big when I first heard his name. I'm like, okay, who's this big dude finna come down here? They always talking about him, and he wasn't nothing but about this tall.
Who?
Jinx.
Jinx?
Jinx.
Okay.
He was fast as hell. I played with him in high school ball, but I always hear Jinx, 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 Jinx. I'm like, who is this Jinx they talking about? Like I said, I'm thinking like somebody, at the time we were little, so about 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". He wasn't nothing but probably 5'2", but fast as hell. That's two. See, I played in the late 90s, so I want to say
you was not a Southside Raider in the late 90s.
Yes, I only played 1 year though.
Listen, you was around long enough, but I also know that there's no way you played for the Raiders in the late 90s because I was done playing. But I went to high school in the late 90s.
I graduated in 96.
So you did not play for the Raiders in the late 90s?
Yeah, well, early 90s. My bad. My bad. I see. Okay, now yeah. So I say Stink, Jinx. He's gonna get me when I see him, and I'm gonna tell him why. But I want to say Tim Beasley.
Okay.
Let me see if my phone's going off because it's gonna be vibrating pretty soon. Tim Beasley, top 5 Raiders. I'm gonna stick with my cousin Toast.
Toast might be one of the all-time best athletes in Madison, even if he don't make a top 5 list in any individual sport.
Yeah,
he's a top 5 all-around athlete in Madison.
So I'm sticking with my cousin Deontay Crawford, aka Toast.
Yep.
And number 5.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna ruffle this fella. I'm just gonna say me.
Oh, you ruffling feathers with that one.
I say between. No, you said 5. I'm gonna say Rainey.
Rainey Briggs.
Yeah.
You put all right. Well, I have nothing to say against your 5. That is your 5 and your 5 only. But I will be posting that on Facebook later so people can have their own conversation about it.
So who we got?
You got Stink, Jinx, Toast, Rainey, and Tim Beasley. And you. You gonna take you back off?
Yeah, take me back off.
Oh, okay.
I played maybe 2 seconds of my whole career at Southside Raider.
Penn Park wasn't ready for you?
Shit, they didn't teach me no fun. Man, nigga, look who we had. We had legends out there. I couldn't, man. We beating. They were beating teams.
I'm gonna say 1. I'll say 2 that I was surprised that you didn't say. Ooh. And I can give my top 5 later, which whoever 5 you say is never going to be right in the public opinion. But Darwin Hoy.
He played with me on my football team. Yeah, Darwin. Okay.
Darwin was the reason I wore 28 when I played football for the Raiders, just because I was like, this dude is amazing. One of the fastest dudes on the field. And then Lionel Payton. Lionel Payton I was super young.
I never seen him play because he was older than me.
He was older than me too, but I was around because literally Penn Park was walking distance from my house. Like I would literally walk up the street.
You want to know something that's crazy? And they piggyback when we were talking about earlier. I did not know nothing about the Southside Raiders. Because remember, I told you I was in a foster home, right? So I wasn't exposed to that kind of culture until I moved with the Winstons or Super M. So I didn't even know my own brother played for the Warner Park in the Southside. I didn't know my big brother played for the Raiders.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, they'd be posting pictures up and like, man, this is your brother. I'm like, man, I didn't know that.
Small world, even in Madison. So I do want to say thank you for coming on and doing this.
Ruffle feathers.
Oh, you want to ruffle? Oh, then we finna go there then.
We
give me your top.
Go for another 10 minutes. I'll give you another 10 minutes.
Okay, well then let's ruffle the feathers. Give me your top 5 basketball players in Madison. Don't start choking and coughing now. This spicier than the hot chip challenge.
I want to say Porky. Reese, Roy. Well, does Roy count because he was only here for 2 years before we really? You know what I
Listen,
mean?
Roy counts.
Okay, Roy. Sorry, Roy. I'm just asking the question. You know. Okay, Roy. I want to say, and you might not agree with me about this. Rock Weatherby was good.
Rockman Weatherby was another one of those athletes that may not make somebody's top 5 list in any individual sport, but definitely probably a top 5 athlete.
I used to see him dunking at his age was really ridiculous.
I saw him do like on some 360s, but I didn't never really see him hoop. But now I can say I saw him playing as a Southside Raider and was something that couldn't be stopped too.
Yeah. And then another basketball player, Candace.
Oh yeah, Candace is a living legend.
Candace slash Charmaine, mom.
My mom told me that Charmaine was different. Like like Candace, talented. Yeah, before my time, clearly before yours as well.
Right.
But yeah, that's a cool 5.
Yeah.
So everybody gonna have something to say.
Like, I want to say this and may not agree. Elena's West at La Follette is kind of like our Candace when we were younger. Played ball with the guys. We knew when we go to Penn Park, who we gonna pick. Somebody's gonna pick Candace first.
Oh yeah, Candace would. If you had a pickup game, and it was 20 players, and you knew first 5 versus 5, Candace was getting picked. Didn't matter who was there. Candace was getting picked.
So
and somebody would pick Candace ahead of some guys that were really, really good just because they didn't want the other team to get Candace.
Right. And she wasn't scared to play ball against anybody.
She was also a Southside Raider.
Yeah, she set the trend before Charmaine.
No, Charmaine was before her. That's her mama.
Yeah. One more ruffle of feather. What else? One more.
Oh, well, if we want to do that, let's flip it to the other side. Since you've been going to a lot of these basketball games, girls and boys, give me your top 5 now.
My computer froze. Hold on.
No, it didn't.
Top 5 right now, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm gonna say Minute as number 1.
Okay.
I've seen that boy miss all them games, come off the bench, score 28. You were there. I was there. The boy is just ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie. I want to say the shooter wise. I want to say he's not a shooter, guard. Peanut.
Oh, okay.
LaFollette.
Lewis, Peanut. Shout out.
Yeah. Slasher, speed. He controls the game a little bit. I've seen, remember, I'm not a basketball person, but I see what I see.
Right, I get you that.
He knows how to control the game, point everybody in direction. So girls or boys?
Yep.
Elena.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
I'd literally look at him like she's more athletic than everybody, and she wants it more than anybody else on the court.
She hit the damn backboard, laying it up. I can't even touch the backboard. So we got those 3, and I want to say East West Memorial. I want to say that guard, that freshman. Number
Anthony Miller, 22.
22. To me.
Oh, he's confident. I haven't seen enough of him to put him in that.
And I want to pick these other 2 because they're twins at West. They got some game.
The freshman twins? I don't know their names, but I know who you're talking about.
I seen them play for the first time on yesterday. First of all, I didn't know there was twins out there. I thought I was seeing shit. But those 2 remind me of the Davis brothers from Wisconsin.
So your top 5 current Madison Metropolitan 4 schools are the unnamed twins at West.
Because they share the DNA, so that's one person or 2.
Oh, okay. So then that's 4. You got one more then.
No. Okay. No, I named 4, but no.
You said
those 2.
You said the twins, Elena, Peanut, and Anthony Miller.
Minute.
A minute. Okay. Yeah, you definitely gonna ruffle some feathers because it's definitely getting posted.
Now you said Madison School District. Now I did
Yes.
see that boy. I seen that boy from Beloit, number 1. He's kind of good.
What's his name? Because I haven't seen
I
Beloit play
don't
yet.
know the boy like 6'7", 6'6", 6'7". Boy was dunking like one of nothing out there.
Oh wow, okay.
So, and that's why I'm glad they had this showcase, and I think they need to have it every year. You know, where other teams can actually sit there and watch other teams play for a whole
And
day.
they keep playing. I wish they would have alternated days with boys and girls or time frame to instead of at the same time, so you could have seen both. But that's pretty dope.
They might have to change. Like let the girls play on one day and the boys play, but there was some talent. I even out there in Janesville Parker, I saw a kid out there. Middleton, they just tall. Craig, they was just shooting up the eyes out of it. They were just shooting. Verona has a good squad. You know, they were kind of fast but small. West, they still have a lot to work with because you said they're young.
Yeah, real young.
East, I think they're still adjusting because they had a system while Minute was gone. Now he's back, so it's now getting that substitution in there. And then La Follette, they're still kind of young.
They've got the talent.
They got it. They're still young. So those are my Madison schools.
Duh.
So I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you coming on, talking your talk, sharing your whatever, everything that you got going on. We'll make sure to get out there and support you when you got the Midwest Warriors out there doing their thing. We'll get you back on and maybe raffle off some tickets in that signed jersey.
You know what? Yeah, this could be a signed jersey.
Yeah.
21.
21. Can you do something for me?
That's a 21.
Right, brother. I appreciate you. 21 images. Y'all go ahead and next time you need some pictures done or anything like that, hit up Vernon Brown. 21 images. And we appreciate your time. And until next time.